Waiting room disable, eh?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yes, a special task for the resource person, ma'am. So every event we are insisting the participants, someone voluntarily come up for the prayer song. So be a resource person. Now it's your time to motivate the volunteers. If anyone from the participation side can recitate a prayer song for us.
Yes, definitely.
So please do that work. Meanwhile, I'll share the YouTube link to all the participants, those who are not able to join the Zoom, because already it's 118 participants right now. The topic is effective teachers. So we'll see who is the most effective teacher among the participants. Please motivate, ma'am, and select one.
Definitely. So good evening, dear participants. As we are going to begin the session, we will start with the blessings from God. So I'm sure there will be a teacher who is going to give us a beautiful prayer song. Please come forward. There are almost 190 participants here. One of you can come forward and give a prayer song. Just 4 lines would be enough. As an educator, we have to grab the opportunity given to you. So that is a quality, that is a trait of an educator. And good evening, getting a lot of good evening message. So happy to be with you this evening. And maybe in 1 minute, Registrar sir, we can expect a person who is unmuting and getting ready for the prayer song.
Yeah, hope so, ma'am. I am also
yes,
waiting.
Definitely there will be one.
Those are ready to recitate a prayer song. Maximum 4 or 5 lines. Voluntarily unmute yourself and please tell that, introduce yourself. All the previous sessions, It's even maths teachers, science teachers, English session, subject-wise teachers, and competency-based and experiential learning session too. It's everyone voluntarily come up with a
Yeah,
great enthusiasm.
today also
So,
they will do, sir. Today also
yeah,
one will come forward, I'm sure.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Rajna. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. I would like to
Good
recite prayer.
Thank you so much, Rajna. Thank you so much.
okay, that's great.
एकदन्तं महाकायं सप्तकाञ्चनसन्निभं लम्बोदरं विशालाक्षं वन्दे जनगणनायकं सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Thank you. It's a wonderful prayer.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can you introduce yourself, ma'am? One who
Yes.
recited the prayer song. Introduce
Yeah,
your name.
Rajna,
and
please introduce yourself.
Your
Hello,
name and
my
your
name
school.
my name is Rachna Sajjan. I am working under Sujatha ma'am only in IES Public School, Thrissur.
That's great. That's great.
Thank you, Rajna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, fine. Ma'am, shall we start?
Yes, we can start.
Okay, so good evening to all. A warm welcome. Today's topic is effective teacher. I hope all the effective teachers of Kerala and non-Kerala from the pan-India assemble over here. Total 173 participants, and it's go live in the YouTube also. We have registered participants of 569, I think so. So in and around 600 participants registered for this program. Yeah, that support you are providing for Council of CBSE Schools of Kerala and Central Sahodaya School Conclave. It's really happy to see that. On behalf of Central Sahodaya School Conclave Kottayam and Council of CBSE Schools of Kerala CSCK, the patrons, the team behind the both association always insist that providing quality training among the stakeholders of CBSE. So today, with immense pleasure and great honor and great privilege, let me welcome today's resource person, Srimati Sujatha Harimohan, Principal, IES Public School, Thrissur. Ma'am, on behalf of Central Sahodaya Conclave Kottayam and Council of CBSE Schools of Kerala, we welcome you to the session, ma'am.
Thank you, Ranjit sir, for your warm welcome.
So one more word in addition. As you know that it's a team work. It's many persons are behind, and many leaders and patrons are with us behind the screen. So one is our honorable Central Sahodaya School Conclave President, Ms. Marina Sebastian, Principal Life Valley International School, Puduppally, and Secretary Srimati Vinita Vinayar, Principal Alpine Public School, Kanjirapalli, Kottayam, and Treasurer, Manager, Sri Shankara Vidyalaya Vaikam, Mr. M. Neelakandan. So all the patrons, all the team leaders, let me welcome to the session also. I hope these three are already here in the sessions. Welcome, President, Secretary, and Treasurer to the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
As you know that Central Sahodaya School Conclave providing this online webinar in the support of our technical team, Insight E. Insight E is a service provider for the educational section, especially for the CBSE schools, providing holistic progress card, teachers assessment, and ERP software, and many other support services. Representing Insight E, today be with us, Mr. Shuhaib, Managing Director of Insight E. Let me welcome Shuhaib to the session. Shuhaib.
Thank you, Ranjit sir.
Fine. So, dear participants, you are the real heroes and you are the real stars of the day. Let me welcome each and everyone assembled over here. And over to Sujatha ma'am for the session. Ma'am, now the red carpet is open for you. The floor is open for you. You can take away to the sessions. I wish this one wonderful session and effective, more than fruitful one also. Participants, you can free feel to communicate with the resource person through chat box, or you can raise the hand. You can use all the facilities available over here in Zoom platform. You can free feel to communicate. It's an interactive session we are wish to do also. So, ma'am, now the time is up for you. You can take it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ranjit sir, for your welcoming note. And also all the office bearers of Central Kottayam Sahodaya, CSCK and Insight. Thank you very much for providing me such a wonderful opportunity. And thank you, dear participants. I can see more than 300 participants plus YouTube live participants. Thank you very much for joining my session. Let me start my session from a thought from Dalai Lama. According to Dalai Lama, a teacher must be a disciplined person with compassion and at peace with herself. A teacher must be a person with unconditional love, with indiscriminate mind, with undiminishing heart. This is the hallmark of an educator. I'm very sure that all the educators who are here will be having these traits once again today. According to National Education Policy, the content-based education is slowly transforming to competency-based. Still, many of the classes are going with content. How can we transform the content-based content or the education system to competency-based? Today, in my session, I'll be dealing with various teaching strategies that help you to move ahead as an educator. Let me share my screen with you. Before we start, let us do an ice-breaking session. Teachers, are you ready for the ice-breaking session? Are you ready for the ice-breaking session? And this is an interactive session. I want a lot of energy from you. As you enter the class, what do you expect? You expect a lot of positive energy from your children. Same way, I'm expecting a lot of positive energy from the participants over here. Are you ready for the ice-breaking session? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. So this is a very small activity. I'm going to give you a clue. Based on the clue, you have to find the word. You have to find two words. Listen carefully. I live because of this. It's a 4-letter word. I will give you 2 clues. You can find the word. I live because of this. This is applicable to an educator or even a common man. I live because of the second clue. I move ahead in my professional life because of this, again, that 4-letter word. I enter my school every day with a good dash. Same 4-letter word. Now, this is the task. You please try to find out. We all live, we all move ahead because of this. Dash, dash, dash. It's a 4-letter word. Please start typing this in the chat box. Yes. CGPM, Akila, thank you so much. That is the expected word. It's a 4-letter word. It is hope. Thank you so much. Many teachers, many educators have come forward with hope. I know you are here with some hope. I hope I will come up to your expectation. Thank you. Thank you. What I meant was hope. Now coming to the next 4-letter word. I never experiment anything new because of this. I never experiment anything new because of this. Yes. Yes, definitely. Yes. Brilliant teachers. The answer is correct because of the fear. See, most of the educators or most of the people, I can say more than 50 to 60% people are not making use of their potential because of these 4-letter word, fear. How do we overcome this? How do we overcome this? So now the third task for you, write 2 hopes and 2 fears with you. All the educators, please write 2 hopes and 2 fears. This is the ice-breaking session, the activity for 5 minutes. I request all the participants to write 2 hopes and 2 fears associated with you. Meanwhile, let me share the screen. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Is the screen visible?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Sujatha ma'am, I think your audio has some issues. Ma'am, you are muted. Sujatha ma'am, you are muted.
But one second. Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible now.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, so sorry for the technical issue. Let me come back to the effective teaching strategies. Again, let me share the full screen. Yeah. So we already discussed hope and fear. For moving ahead, you need a lot of hope in your life. So today's topic, effective teaching strategy. You all know the teaching, it is a profession. It is formally the job of talented and trained people, where all of the teachers here are trained in the field of education, who are saddled with all pedagogical principles and practices, and mandate to ensure the all-round development of the learners at all levels of education. And you all know it is not a simple process. It is a complex process which include a lot of elements like objectives, that is learning outcome, content, methodology, assessment, etc. Now, let us go to the different strategy part. NEP, as we already discussed, it is giving so much importance to art integration, sports integration, experiential learning, and all the pedagogy or everything that is connected to the skill development of the child. So today's class will be fully focusing on this kind of strategy that will improve the skills of the child. First one is visualization. When you enter the class, sometimes if you see the classes or if you feel the class is noisy, this kind of teaching strategy will help you a lot to keep discipline in the class. See, every day we cannot teach them interesting topics. Sometimes the concept will be a bit dull. Sometimes they may not be able to relate to the daily life. But if you can at least take a picture if you can bring one audio clip to the class, if you can display one audio or video, something, or use the interactive board, students will try to visualize the topic. You coming and giving them a lot of stuff. See, if you try to give this kind of visualization to them, it will help a lot. This will, improve their critical thinking skills, their creativity, and all the 21st century skills. Let us see how it works. Teachers, can you see this picture? One of you just unmute and let me know. Can you see this picture?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes.
No, ma'am. Yes, now we can.
Okay. I hope it is visible now to all the educators here.
No, ma'am.
Not yet, ma'am.
Yes,
It's not visible.
visible. Okay, if you are saying yes, if you are saying no, that means it is visible. Maybe because of the internet problem, you may get it after a few seconds. Anyone who can say yes?
Sujatha ma'am is not visible now.
It is not visible. I don't know. Can you see the different strategies heading, sir? Or nothing is visible?
No,
You
ma'am,
can
nothing
just-
is visible.
I think I have to start. I
Ma'am,
think
once again share, ma'am.
Yeah.
The screen is not visible.
Let me see. I think I'm using Wi-Fi, but some problem is there. Do I need to quit and join, Ranjit sir, or is it visible now?
Shuhaib, what Sujatha is supposed to do?
Sujatha, ma'am, don't leave the meeting since the meeting is already full. Could you just click share screen, ma'am? What's coming?
1 second. I don't know whether there is some net problem here. I can 1 second. So sorry, educators. Just bear with me.
No issue, ma'am. Take your on time. Take relax and take your on time. Nothing to worry. It's also a lesson for the effective teachers how to handle with the technologies, technological barriers.
Yeah.
Sujatha, have you clicked on the share screen?
The problem is I'm not able to see the icon at all. It is not.
Click at the bottom portion of the laptop.
Yeah, here I can.
At the lowermost portion.
Yeah, I know, but here now at present I can see only my normal screen. If I am leaving and joining, I think it is in the.
No, the meeting room is full. The meeting room is full.
Are you on your laptop?
Yeah, I'm using my laptop. 1 second, let me using the mobile phone.
Excuse me, can you try the view on the top corner of the screen? Can you please click the view option at the right top of the screen and change the layout?
View at the top. Because currently as I'm pressing a lot of buttons. Because Zoom quit unexpectedly is the message that comes in between. So currently, I think I am not able to do. Can you stop that live, please? Let me check 1 second.
Sujatha ma'am, maybe you can share the presentation to Vinita ma'am and she can share the screen.
Yes, I can do.
So the problem is, 1 second, I have to send this now.
Is it there in your,
No, it is only in my lab.
can you send it to my mail if I share it?
And it will take a lot of time, 1 second.
Excuse me, can I help you?
Yes, Shaibi, that is not the problem. Thing is, I'm not able to move my screen in the lab.
Thing is, can you reduce the size of the screen? Click the middle button so that you can resize the screen, and you will get the option so that you can pull it a little bit up so that you can see the bottom part of the screen.
No, bottom part I could see, but
Are you on full screen?
I'm just.
If you can exit the full screen, then probably.
It's asking. See, it is asking leave meeting.
Shoaib, what if stop the meeting and restart it again for all the participants?
Yeah, we can do that, Vinita ma'am. I'll see if I can just put 50 people in the waiting room and if Sujatha ma'am can join back the same meeting.
Oh,
Can I quit the meeting and I will join if one of the person can leave because
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. That also. Internet is connected, I will share it.
Shuhaib, Sujatha ma'am is left and she's tried to join back. Once she's in the waiting room, kindly admit.
Hello, I am back. Thank you so much. 1 second. Am I audible now, sir?
yes, Sujatha.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see the screen?
Yes,
Is it okay now?
yes. Perfect.
Thank you. So
So we have come to the visualization part, and I have shown you a picture. There the problem arises. Is it okay? Can you see the picture now?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please proceed.
Okay. Now, there will be teachers from all subjects like English, Malayalam, whatever it is. Can you just write what you feel seeing this picture? That is the activity for now. Just to see the picture and write a comment on this. See, we don't have any compares, but we need education for a better tomorrow. That could be one comment. This is one example for you. And I like you all to write something about this picture. Okay. Now, can you, one of you, unmute and give me the caption that you have given for this picture, if you don't mind? Anyone? Thank you.
Curious minds. Curious mind.
Thank you. Thank you so much. One more, so that let us move ahead. And teachers, can we just correlate with the value part, value education? See, these underprivileged children, they are striving so hard for education. That can be one objective of this picture. Another one, a mathematics teacher can show, see, there is a bottle over here. There is a rectangular box in the front row, a bag here. So the shapes can be connected. So using the normal class with visualization, the values, the subjects, everything can be connected. And you know, the wall of this class is not neat. This can be connected to health and hygiene. Like that, we can connect this picture with lot of subjects. Can you see one more picture over here? You can see under this flyover, a lot of students sitting and the two teachers, they are busy teaching them. So this is the picture. Seeing this picture, we can write another caption. This is visualization method. Visualization is a teaching strategy where you can use in your classrooms to get attention from the child, to make them critical thinker. Maybe they'll do out of box thinking, but encourage them to come with answers. Any other teacher, please give me the caption that you have given for this picture. Let this be an interactive session. Anyone?
Shows their interest in learning.
Okay, interest in learning. Thank you. And nothing can prevent these emotionally intelligent leaders who helps in real nation building. Those two teachers who are teaching them. Okay, a salute to them. So nothing can prevent these emotionally intelligent leaders who helps in real nation building. It's a part of nation building. Same way, you can show pictures. Now I'm not giving any caption. This is just for you to know about this visualization method. Now, this is a video. So this, you can use audio, you can use pictures, or you can even use video clip. I'm not going to give you any clue about this video. You can just watch this and give me the answer of this after seeing.
and it feels so alone.
Hope you have seen this video, dear friends. Yes? Please unmute. Okay. Have you seen this? Okay. Can you just give me what you have learned from that video? Anyone through the video, have you got any idea about the video presentation? If yes, kindly let me know about this. Or you can even use, chat box. Let me see. Destruction of nature, pollution.
So
Yes.
whatever the situation will be, the life has to go.
Oh, yes. Beautiful nature being polluted. Actually, you could see glaciers. You could see global warming there. You could see forest fire because of increase in the temperature. And the video is about climate change and the after effects of climate change, where you don't want to tell the students about this, just to showing the presentation. You can pause in between and make the student think, let them be the critical thinkers and let them come with the proper answer. Now, I'm taking you to the next strategy. So this is visualization. So in visualization strategy, we are using either a picture or a video or even audio clip where the student is visualizing and then coming with the correct concept, and the teachers will be helping the students to carry on with the topic. Hope it is clear. Now, let us go to the next strategy, that is cooperative learning. We all used to engage students in group projects. In all our schools, we used to do students this group project. Usually, in many of the schools, when we do this group project, the teacher will be assigning a topic to the student or the group. There will be a group leader, and they will be doing, all these activities. And finally, the students will be presenting the same in front of the class. That is the usual group project. And how is that differ from this or different from this cooperative learning? In cooperative learning, the students, they are mixed up depending upon their capability. One student will be good at IT, but his linguistic skill will not be that great. Another student with good linguistic skill will be added into the group. Another student who is academically brilliant will be added to the group. So mixed up group of students will be, made in this cooperative learning. They will be exchanging their ideas. And the important part of cooperative learning is, the students from each group will be exchanging themselves. So one student from one group will be going to another group and assessing their work. And that student will try to be a part of that group. We'll be learning everything from that group, and then we'll come back to this. It's like that, from the group itself, there will be student exchanging taking place. So that is cooperative learning. So this is a very good method. It is different from our group project. So let us watch what is cooperative learning.
What is cooperative learning? What are its benefits? Listen to this conversation at a school meeting and learn about cooperative learning.
To start our meeting, I want to ask if you would like to share anything about your classes this week.
I started trying more cooperative learning. It's gone great so far.
Great. What types of activities have you tried?
We just started a group project. Each group is creating their own podcast in English.
That's a great activity. What have been the benefits so far?
I'm noticing that my students are building more social skills. They're practicing listening and conflict resolution. And on top of that, they're motivated and having a lot of fun.
So, what is cooperative learning? In cooperative learning, students work together in groups to learn material. For example, they might participate in group projects or review each other's writing. What are the benefits of cooperative learning? The benefits of cooperative learning include building social skills, like listening and conflict resolution skills. Cooperative learning is also motivating and keeps students engaged. Have you ever tried cooperative learning? How did it go? This is American. What is cooperative learning?
Okay, so in cooperative learning, the students are exchanging various groups to enhance social skills and they can share their ideas. And this lead to a positive behavioral change, and each student can show their talent and enhance communication, creativity, and collaboration, which are the part of 21st century skills. Now, let me take you through the next teaching strategy. It is called differentiation strategy. You know, in our class, especially when you come with the competency-based education, it is specifically mentioned that each child, whether the child is brilliant or whether the child is not that great, each child must be given a task which he or she can do. So this kind of strategy is important in future. I request all the participants to mute themselves, please. Yeah, so differentiate your learning by allocating tasks based on students' ability, so that no one is left behind. And we have to assign the classrooms according to the needs of the student. So let us take one example. I'm going to take one example from maths. I'm just let us take addition from maths. In our class, there will be slow learner, average learner, and above average learner. With a very simple example, we can learn this differentiation strategy. In maths, suppose you are teaching addition. If you want to teach simple addition, like in between numbers between 1 to 100, how are they adding these numbers? For a very slow learner, we can start with the normal addition process, like 99 plus 1 is 100, or any other numbers like 98 plus 2. So that's a normal addition process where we help the student maybe with fingers, or maybe with some charts, or maybe using some other things, or through games. We are just helping the student with the slow learner this addition process. But average learner, we can use another method. If the student is average, first thing is that we'll be giving the basic knowledge about addition. The second part is, okay, 98 plus 2 gives 100, even the slow learner would be doing. But when you take the average learner, okay, take some other number like 17. Which number, when you add to 78, make it 100? So that kind of question will make the average learner think, okay, how can I make the 78 into 100? So that kind of question can be given to the average learner. And above average learner can be given a higher task. Maybe we can ask them to make 100, or give them some other number, a complicated number, a higher number, make them ask them to make pairs of several numbers, maybe make 10 pairs, like 36 plus dash, or they have to find 2 numbers which when add together form 100. So there also a lot of thinking process will take place. So based upon the ability of the child, we are giving this differentiation strategy. Let me take one example from the board exam class, that is in chemistry. It's actually my subject. Okay, I'm taking one example from chemistry. When we do this paper evaluation, usually we get questions from Raoult's law, Henry's law. Suppose the question would be, state Raoult's law, state Henry's law, and the student is supposed to give the mathematical equation also. When we see the paper, see a brilliant child, or a child who is having high academic standard, would be writing the definition in detail, plus the mathematical equation will also be given. The mathematical expression will also be given clearly. But when it comes to an average child, even during the model exam paper, we can see how they present. They will be pinpointing 1 or 2 important words from the statement, and they might write P is equal to KH into X. That is the average child's paper presentation. When it comes to a child below that, maybe he or she will not write the definition as such. Instead, they will just write the mathematical expression P is equal to KH into X, which is simple to by heart. And when another student who is not able to think anything from Henry's law will be writing nothing in the paper, He's not my friend. I'm not going to write anything about him. Okay, this kind of attitude, because they don't know anything about this Henry. Kindly mute yourself, participant. So, if you are using a differentiation strategy in your chemistry class, how would it be? I told you regarding Henry's law and Raoult's law. Henry coming and Raoult coming in role model, each one of them can talk about their laws, okay, about the differences in the laws and at what condition Henry's law is becoming, equal to Raoult's law. If you are presenting this in front of the class, even a below average student will be knowing something about this Henry and Raoult and the mathematical expression and even the keyword they pick when they listen to the conversation. So that kind of differentiation strategy we can use in our class. Hope this is clear. So first we discussed about visualization, where the students are sitting and visualizing a video, or they're just seeing a photograph or listening to an audio. Audio is also visualization because they can close their eyes and then they can visualize. Even you can give speech of political leaders or something, some incidents that happened in the history class, you can take, independence, their speeches or something like that, you can show them and let them think about that, them memorize, get the sound of the person who is doing that. So a lot of internalization will take place over there. Then we discussed about cooperative learning, where it is not the normal, group project where the students will be exchanged between them and they'll be analyzing this and then they'll be presenting according to their individual ability. Then here comes the differentiation strategy. It is fully based on the student's ability. So the teacher is going to use various methods in the class to teach each student. Now, inquiry-based instruction. This is important, very, very important, because we have to make them critical thinker. We have to enhance their creativity. So inquiry-based instruction is very, very important. Now, we have to pose thought-provoking question to the student. Okay, thought-provoking questions will always help them to think. So when you start the class, rather than telling them, if we completed this yesterday, let us start a new topic, why can't you ask some questions that connect the previous class and that could connect to present class? So you encourage them to answer, and the same way, see, this is also important, same way, you encourage students also to ask questions and let them investigate. And later they'll become good problem solvers in their life. They'll get a deeper understanding about these concepts. Now, how do we ask questions? This is very, very important in the school scenario, both critical thinking and creative thinking important, and we have to enhance them to use this out-of-box thinking. We can ask a lot of questions, critical and creative thinking of the mind are interwoven. You cannot separate it. So in the inquiry-based learning, which is important? Yes, the art of questioning is important. And see, this can be one question to the student. I'm not taking a specific subject for this. It's general question. What is a number? Are numbers created or discovered? Suppose you ask this question in the class. I'm sure all the students will be thinking about this. Okay, what is a number? Who created this? Who discovered this? Is it created? Is it discovered? There will be some sort of discussion in the class. Could numbers be different to how they are now? So they move to this out-of-box part. They will think, they will engage themselves. This is one example that I am giving to engage them, this kind of inquiry-based learning. So for a common person, student, they think, no, the difference, they will not think much about the difference between health and fitness. So what is fitness? What is health? Is fitness same or different from this health? So this kind of general questions I'm giving, you can give the subject specific questions in the class. Now, see, I'm going to take you through the question cycle. There is a cycle called questioning cycle. How are you going to ask questions? Usually in the classes, we ask them a question. We ask them mostly in a louder voice, like a thunder, we ask question. And where the students, they just wait, oh, ma'am is going to call my name, that could create a psychological shock, and they may not be able to answer. So how are you going to go ahead with this questioning part? In a calm voice, you ask the question. Then this is important. We used to ask one question behind the other, and we generally don't give any space for them to think. We ask a question and immediately we need the answer. We have to change that process. Ask the question and give them a period of silence. Let the student think. Let them think for a while. And then if see in this class, as we discussed, average learners will be there, below average learners will be there. Sometimes these learners will not be able to interpret your question. So what can you do? As a teacher, you can very well simplify the question. So asking the question, and then you are giving the period of silence. Students are not getting, again, you can ask the question in a simple manner and let the students answer. See, immediately you don't want to respond. This is also another important part. Why period of silence as point number 5? Can anyone unmute and tell me why a period of silence again in point number 5? One of you please unmute and let me know. Anyone? Hope I am audible. Hope I am audible to you. Anyone, can you just try? See, in this session, there is nothing like correct or wrong answer. Can you just give me why? Yeah, please. Someone is trying. Please try. Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you are audible.
The period of silence only will give them the chance to think about it. Think the question in different angle, and they will try to say the answer.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. See, in the second point, the period of silence was actually thrown to the students, okay? Because the teacher is asking a question and the student should listen carefully. That is what the point number 2. See, point number 5, the students already answer. Maybe she will be asking questions to one student then, and the student could answer. And this period of silence is for the other students to think about the answer. Okay, whether he or she is saying what she is saying correct, or is there any other possibility, or is there any other answer for this question, or can I use any other keyword for this? This kind of silence you have to give, so that all the children, everyone in the class can think, and then they can come with the answer later. See, after this, again, you'll be posing another question to the student. But if you are using this kind of cycle, it will help them a lot. Finally, you can discuss the answer. Hope the question cycle is clear to everyone. So in inquiry-based learning, the question cycle is important. You are posing a question, give them a period of silence. You simplify the question, let the students come with the answer, encourage them. Sometimes the students will not answer, keep on encouraging them. Again, a period of silence, and finally, you can discuss the answer. Now, see, this is a question technique. See, provide sufficient wait time. Wait time refers to the pause needed by the teacher after asking a question. This is the time when he or she wait for the answer. See, this time, considering the difficulty level of the question, you can decide on the time. And considering the level of the student, it is up to you to decide on the time. Maybe you can wait for 1 minute, maybe you can wait for 2 minutes. Or if it is a problem type question, let them solve in a notebook, let them think, and let them come with the answer. Now, dear teachers, kindly avoid direct questions. Don't ever pose direct questions to the student. Let them think. Okay, let them think. And see, this is another question technique. Kindly avoid what kind of questions, WH18, what kind of questions you can avoid. And know your style of questioning. 1 second. Know your style of questioning. That is, you can request a colleague to critique your own style. See, we all think that we are doing the best. But when it comes to the inquiry-based instruction or inquiry-based learning, the kind of question you are asking should meet the standard. It is not the normal kind of question. So teachers need a lot of time to prepare. So for questioning, the teachers need to spend some time based on the Bloom's taxonomy, the higher level, creating level, comparison level. This kind of questions can be asked. Let them analyze the situation. Let them give proper justification for the answer. Now you can ask your colleague, okay, to see the class, how you are posing questions to them, what kind of questions you are asking, how much time you are providing for them to answer the questions or to respond. Your friend or your colleague will be able to give proper feedback of yours. So what I'm telling is, in each school, let the teachers, peer program where the teachers go to different classes and assist the other teacher. So specifically for inquiry-based learning, I think this can be practiced in all the schools. So we have come with the 4 different strategies: visualization and cooperative learning, differentiation, and inquiry-based learning. All these learning are closely associated with National Education Policy, NEP 2020. Now comes to the behavior management. It is also a beautiful strategy. So after the class or after reading some book or after attending some sessions, you will be motivated, and the very next day you are planning out something and going to the class. But when you enter the class, if the class is very much noisy, or if the class is not cooperating with you, if the class is not listening to you, the students are distracted due to some reason, how will you carry forward with this teaching strategy? So behavior management is also considered as the strategy for all dear educators. So implementing an effective behavior management strategy should be there in your class. Then only you'll be able to adopt all these techniques in the class. How are you going to handle them? So behavior management strategy must be applied if the class is not having proper discipline, or there is some disturbance in the class. First, you have to tackle with the behavior of the student. And through that, you can carry forward with various techniques. Implementing an effective behavior management strategy is crucial to gain your students' respect and ensure students have an equal chance of reaching their full potential. And noisy and destructive classrooms do not encourage a productive learning environment. So how are you going to do this? So these are some of the behavior management strategy. Maintain a routine. Say usually, now I'll just explain whatever you need, just explain once. Maintain a routine. So when the teacher enters, the students should know your behavior in the class, how you are going to go ahead with the topic. So each teacher will be having, or each teacher will be unique. So you keep maintaining that routine in the class. You can set, rules or regulations along with the students. Students should never feel that the teacher is imposing or the principal is imposing something on us, or teacher is imposing something on us. We are not going to obey that. So set rules together with students. And you have to make the class really energetic. The class shouldn't be very dull. Stimulating lessons you have to provide. And the point number 4 is very, very important. Always use positive language in the class. When the student misbehave, automatically, because the teachers are tired, because they are running one after the other class. So there might, the teachers might get upset, and there could be some kind of, anger from the teacher's side. But try to avoid such situation and try to use positive language in the class. When you use such language in the class, when you always use positive language in the class, that itself will help, the students to have a proper relationship, a positive relationship with you. And even if there is some negativity or something in your class, try to make it into positive. And we have to model the behavior that we expect from others. So teacher is always shouting, okay, or teacher is always restless. So we cannot expect a decent behavior from the child. So model the behavior you expect and establish a class code of conduct, which is almost similar to the second point. Communicate well. See, after this corona period, we can see a lot of problems among students. Most of the students are with mobile phones. And these students are exposed to various things. And proper communication is needed from the teachers side, especially from the class teachers. Okay, we have to, if you find anything wrong with a student, rather than if you pointing it in front of the whole class, you can bring the child back to the staff room or somewhere else and communicate well. When you start communicating individually, they will open everything up. So this kind of communication is important in the behavior management strategy. Recognize good behavior and achievement. So whenever they do something good, we have to recognize it. Whenever a child in your class has come with some achievement, we have to do that. We have to honor them. You have to acknowledge them. Have a quiet area. What is that? Let the students close their eyes. You are not taking anything. You are not shouting. You are not yelling. Let them sit calmly for a while. Okay, in between, you can try this out. If you are using, some music, mindfulness program in the class, some yoga or something, all this will come under behavior management strategy, which is the need of the hour. See, when you see the kids, I'm detached, I'm much happier retreating into myself. You can see a lot of introverts in the class. See, have you ever noted students keeping both hands into their pockets? Teachers, can you unmute and tell me, after this pandemic, have you noted the students keeping both hands into the pocket, covering their hands? Someone can unmute and let me know. Have you noticed that? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you. So nowadays it is very common, like after the corona time, most of the students are trying to hide their hands because they are not confident. A gap of 2 to 3 years, 2.5 years have just disrupted or made them, distract from the normal schooling, and they don't want to come to the school and mingle with the normal crowd. Instead, see, I want to be aloof. I am happy with myself. I'm happy with my mobile phone. This mobile phone is my world. I'm not talking to my father. I'm not talking to my mother. I don't want to talk to my teacher. I don't want friends. There are many cases. These students need counseling. And see, look, you can read all this. I'm angry. And nowadays you can see most of the students, for silly reason, they're getting frustrated. They're shouting, they're yelling, they're fighting with each other. So these are adjustment problems. But if you are coming with a proper behavior management strategy, you can avoid such conditions in your life. And recently, and myself being a counselor, I used to, see various students, and nowadays we can see students, they are just hurting themselves. With some sharp objects, they are hurting themselves. Why are they doing this? They want to hurt themselves. And this could be just because of 1 or 2 words from the teacher or 1 sentence from the mother. She feel or he feel, I'm worthless. This is what they say, I'm worthless. So we have to tackle this situation, and we have to act as counselors. And in school, we need proper counseling. And the counselor can go to the class and give, she or he can address all the students in the class. And when you see individual cases, you can send those students to the counselor later. Now, see why these students are behaving. So one side we discussed behavior management strategy. Dear teacher, it's a very important topic. So we were dealing with the psychological issues. And now let us deal with the learning problems of the student. When we ask a question to the student, sometimes the students say, ma'am, I don't know the answer. Why are you not answering? Then the student might say, ma'am, I didn't understand. So sometimes, not every time. Sometimes we also get upset because we have explained this several times in the class. And you think like the student is not listening in the class, because of that he is not or she is not able to answer. Then the immediate response from our side will be, you are not listening in the class. How many times I have explained? Dear teachers, there are several students in the class who is having learning difficulty. if the student is saying, okay, I'm not understanding, please try to understand the IQ and EQ level of the student. There could be some problem, some learning problem, like, you all know dysgraphia, dyscalculia, or a dyslexia, something associated with the child. If you know your student in the class, there will be at least 5 to 6 students out of 30 students. Please listen, this is the data, or this is the statistics. Out of 30 students, 19 students will be normal students. Okay, they can handle their issues properly, and the learning issues will be less, or normally out of 30, 19 students will be there. And out of 11 students, 7 students will be having this kind of learning issues. It can be, associated with their brain, or emotionally also it could be. So out of 7 students, sometimes, out of the 7 students, some students will be having some students will be emotional issues, or some students will be having genetic issues. But there are, 4 other students, this is out of 30, 4 other students who needs, emotional need, and who needs the sensory part, and who needs, the counseling part and everything. So those 4 students you have to tackle properly. And sensory needs, the students, how do you know whether the student is having some issues? See, I might understand, but my brain is far too occupied with survival to bother with insight. See, you can see few students moving out of the class unnecessarily. For no reason, every time they are saying, I'm going to the toilet, I want water, like that. Because of this ADHD, because of this attention deficit problem. See, these kind of students need a lot of emotional support from your side and from the counselor's side. And you can see, some students with specs, and some students you also identify the student is having some problem. You identify it because he or she will not be able to write things properly in the notebook. So that is physical disability, even the auditory part, the vision part. This is a hear impairment or visual part. Or, sometimes teachers are also nowadays taking care of the physical issues, which is very common with the nerves part. Lot of issues are coming up. If you watch the student carefully, this neuro, linguistic, physical, visual, hearing, all these problems can be sorted out. And some students will be having the specific learning needs. They need it. So we have to cater according to, so you can do assessment in the school. So as the educator, what can you do from your side? Most of the educators here would be teachers, and I know there are several principals also attending the session. We can have, assessment from each class, as I discussed. Out of 30 students, definitely you'll be able to identify 7 to 8 students from the class. Now there are several organizations are willing to come to our school, and they're ready to do assessment. To approach such organizations, they will come to the school. And the moment that you invite them to the school, please make sure that you are inviting these students' parents also. Because when we tell the student, tell the parents, sometimes they will not listen to us. And but in the presence of experts, psychologists, they will explain everything in detail. And why are we inviting the parents? They will find out whether it is related to some genetic, or during the birth time if something happened. All these issues, the experts will be discussing with the parents. And based on that, the student will be getting proper, remedies, or proper attention will be getting from their side. So they will be giving this kind of instructions to the teachers and parents, and the teachers can help the students. So this behavior management, I believe, is really, really important, the post-COVID scenario. Hope it is clear. And now I'm coming to the most important, but the last teaching strategy, that is professional development strategy. Is this a teaching strategy? See, we are attending this class, or we all used to attend the class. Without attending, so suppose a teacher is not attending any training session. Suppose a teacher is just thinking, okay, I know everything from physics, I know everything from biology, why should I attend the training? Will he or she grow in the profession? No. He or she will not be able to tackle the students, or will not be able to guide students according to the latest policies, latest education policies. So for an educator, not only educator, whatever be your profession, be doctor, advocate, whatever be your profession, the professional development, it is also a strategy. This is really, really important. Only if you attend this kind of courses, later on, you will be able to pass the information, or you will be able to handle the classes according to the, now we can talk about national education policy, but whatever be the profession, you can handle accordingly. Now, how am I going to do this in my profession? So how can you grow professionally? You embrace. Kindly mute yourself, dear participant. See, all the educators who are here, you all believe in professional growth. That's why you are here. It's a beautiful Sunday after a hectic week. We all can take rest, but you attended this because you believe in this strategy that is called professional growth strategy. If you want to grow in your profession, so these are the points. These are just a few points that I've taken. These are the points that you have to look upon, like embrace your network. See, this network has got several meanings. Now, when we talk about network, you can see this is connected to the technological world. You can connect into technological world, dear friends, because a lot of MOOC courses are available, a lot of sessions, online sessions are available, a lot of YouTube videos are available. You just embrace it. Same way, this network also means the group of educators around you. Maybe your friend will be in a different school. Have you ever exchanged your idea with her? Or have you ever tried to find out her pedagogical methods that she is using in her school? Or have you ever tried to know something about the school which is close by, or some institutions which is far off, or nationally reputed schools? Have you just visited their, in the website? So for the professional growth, you have to embrace the network. And the second point is important. Find a mentor. Whenever this mentor, the point mentor comes, I always remember my principal, Dr. Monsi George. He was a true mentor to me, and I also remember my first principal, Jacob Ma'am. So I always look upon my principal, the way he tackles situation. He always encourage the group members. Always tell everyone, go and study, explore the world. Don't limit yourself here. Okay. And I have taken that word, and after that, till now I'm a student, and now also I'm a student. Only such an educator can keep moving. So, or you just find a mentor. It could be someone from your school, it could be your coordinator, it could be your principal or vice principal, or someone from outside. Nowadays we are attending several sessions. There are several mentors, from all the Sahodiyas you can have, and even CBSE also. We know nowadays we mingle with a lot of people around. So find a suitable mentor. But the thing is, this is important. You cannot make someone like, a public figure as a mentor, because you need to associate with that person. That is important. That person's guidance should be there. Or, if you have any trouble, that person should be there to help you out to grow professionally. So you all find a mentor if you want to grow. And in the school, this is important. You ask for more and more responsibility. Don't think, oh my God, I'm fed up with this duty and ma'am is giving me another duty. Okay, ask for, so whenever you get a responsibility, you are learning something new. So the same event, see, suppose you are in charge of one event this year. Again, you are getting that particular event next year also, and plus one more event. What kind of creativity that you are incorporating to make the event better compared to the last year, that makes you a professional. So you ask for more and more responsibility and try to improve yourselves, and take performance reviews seriously. See, this performance reviews you can take from the students, your teachers. You can call the students one by one, and even the slow learners, average learners, from everyone, not from studious students or not from brilliant one. You have to pick one or two from all these groups, and review how is my self-assessment, peer assessment, which is very, very important. Ask other teachers to sit in your class. Let the principal sit in your class, the vice principal or HM, whoever it is, let them sit in your class. They will help you to move ahead. They will help you to grow professionally. So whatever is lagging behind, they will help you. So next time when you do this, you can incorporate this and you can grow better person. Master your industry. See, nowadays, when you take a doctor, robotic surgery coming up, lot of advancements are coming up. So what is my industry? It is education. I have to be the master. Update yourself, read journals, and as we discussed, attend almost all possible sessions like this, so that you will be a master in your area, and further your education. Don't limit yourself. You all will be PGB, I know. Above that, how can you go ahead? See, there are a lot of courses, and even Crown University, Harvard University, Oxford University, even the reputed university across the globe offering a lot of courses like that. You can, now the chances are more. So how are you growing yourself? Fully depends upon your attitude to the profession. So professional development strategy is important. So these are the main strategies for the day. So the first one is visualization. Now it's when you close your eyes, if you are able to recollect all this, that is the visualization process. And the cooperative learning. So actually, if this is an offline session, surely we could have done cooperative learning. Okay. And then comes the differentiated learning. And then comes the inquiry-based learning. And beyond all this comes the behavior management strategy. And finally, we have reached the professional growth strategy. Okay, dear teachers, hope I am audible. And before you give me the feedback, few more teaching points, teaching strategies, or few more points that will help you in your class. Please note few more points. Try to be fair and consistent in your class, and give instructions clearly in the class. See, these are the points that you have to note. You try to be fair and consistent. The word consistent is important. And try to give instructions clearly. And always try to use calm or low tone, low voice. Don't shout every time. That sound modulation should be there. But you know that students, when you are always at the top of your voice, they will not listen to you. And always maintain a safe distance from the student. And don't keep threatening body language. You always be a non-threatening person in the class. Do not pinpoint anyone. Do not pinpoint anyone in the class, because you know this kind of issues later will affect their emotional well-being. And always praise the positive. So we always pinpoint the negative in the class. Instead, praise the positive things. If one student is doing something good, you always look into that. That is called the well-done approach. You always concentrate on the positive things happening in the class. That means the people who are into this trouble will calm down. So these are some of the points that I'd like to discuss towards end. Now it's a feedback time. If possible, one or two can give me the feedback, and I would like to apologize for the technical error that happened at the beginning of the session because the screen was frozen. I couldn't move anything. After quitting, only I was able to enter. So dear participants, thank you for being so patient. And as the sir said, that is also a trait of an effective teacher. It's great being with you this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujatha ma'am. It's a wonderful session. As you said that the technical problem, it's also a hands-on activity. I consider it's also a hands-on activity for the educators, how to handle such a kind of situation patiently and effectively. It's also the part of the game, as we said that. As you said, rest everything is went well. Your session is a highly effective one. Vinitha ma'am, can you please unmute? Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, you are audible, ma'am. You can conclude and you can generate some feedback from the participants, and you can conclude the session.
Definitely, I'll do that. So I had no doubt that this session is going to be a wonderful one, an amazing one, because I know what Sujatha is all about and how her teaching strategies are. So from the entire family of Central Sahodaya Conclave Kottayam, I really thank you, my dear friend, for being here in the platform, for introducing some new concepts which CBSE has already put forth into in terms of NEP 2020. It is a time for all the educators to think about how different they have to be, how unique they have to be, according to the teaching strategies that they are following. Like a lot of takeaways are there from this session, like the question cycling. That is really wonderful. Then the differentiation strategy, cooperative learning, inquiry-based instruction, the art of questioning, behavior management, psychological issues, and finally a call for the professional development too. So it has been a wonderful session for all the educators. I could see most of them interacting very actively. Thank you so very much for being here. So I would like to hear from a few others. Many are there. So whoever would like to give a feedback to us, kindly unmute yourself, turn on your videos. Please come forward. I could see Surabhi here. Is it Surabhi, ma'am? Sure. No. Okay.
So, everyone is at home, so they all are in comfort zone.
Yes. Even if you are not, even if you are unable to switch on your videos, kindly unmute and speak.
But majority are saying the comments in the chat box, and those who are able to unmute and say, without video, you can. We can understand the situation. So you all are informed. Yeah, everyone is convert to the chat.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Sujatha ma'am.
Come forward, yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a very
Ma'am,
wonderful
myself,
and fruitful
I'm
session
Sandhya
today.
from BMM
We
School.
really enjoyed.
Oh, Sandhya.
I don't know whether you remember me. I have worked with you at Excelsior for a short period of time.
Yeah. Remember, yes, Sandhya. You were the economics teacher there?
Yeah, I was the economics teacher there.
Okay, good, good. Yeah.
Actually, it was really great session. Because I have heard about your teaching strategies, but as I was not a student, I couldn't become a part of it. But today, definitely, I could get a proper idea about how effective your teaching skills are. So thank you very much for providing such a wonderful session.
Thank you,
And
Sandhya,
thank you to
meeting
the
the virtual
Sahodaya
platform
group.
after several years. Thank you so much.
Yes, definitely, ma'am.
Thank
I
you.
really wanted to attend the class, but because as you know that being colleagues, it is not possible to attend the classes and all. So
Yeah.
definitely, I got a chance, and it was really a great session, very like motivating one, and definitely I think that all of us definitely would like to become
Sandhya,
a
you can
principal.
get my number from Priya Baby, ma'am, who's a chemistry teacher in BMM. I would like to contact her.
Okay, ma'am, definitely. Thank you. Thank you, Center Sahodaya, for organizing such a wonderful session.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Any others? Any other can unmute and say? I think two
Hello.
or three persons. Yeah, yes, yes, ma'am,
Hello.
please.
Yes, I'm from Kuwait actually. I'm attending your session. It was really wonderful and very fruitful, especially the art of questioning. That was a really good technique today I have learned, and I'm definitely going to apply to it. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Which school you are representing, ma'am?
I'm from Indian Community School, Kuwait.
Biniman sir. Biniman sir is the principal. am I
Yeah,
correct?
Binaman sir. Yes, yes, Binaman sir. Our principal. Yes.
I shared the link to him, and he is a great friend of me.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
we
yes,
work together.
yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for that, sharing the link. Thank you.
Good evening, all. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Ma'am, it was really a fruitful session, and I felt it was very interesting too. Though it was Sunday evening, we were in a mood of have a sleep after the heavy lunch. We felt it was really very, very interesting, and almost all the points what ma'am has told us, I felt it there we lacks a lot. So definitely, ma'am, we will try our level best to inculcate all the qualities that you have highlighted to us, being our leader of. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Can you introduce yourself, ma'am?
I'm Raji Oye from IES Public School.
Okay, Raji, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you,
I
ma'am.
cannot see the name. Yeah.
Yes, is there someone else who would like to speak?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing for such an inspiring presentation. I must congratulate you for having shared this, and we have really learned from this session. Especially the last presentation makes me to feel that we are there for our students and we will do our best for them. Thanks a lot once again.
Thank you, Shalini.
Can you introduce yourself, ma'am?
Yeah, myself Shalini. I'm from Baker Vidyapeeth, Kottayam.
Okay.
Great, great.
Thank you. Thank you. So, 3 more minutes.
Vinita ma'am, I think we will receive a very positive feedback from chat box and in the voiceover also. So you can conclude the session, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. So thank you so very much for all the educators for coming here and attending this session. It was a very wonderful session, but before winding up, please think that these are strategies which we have to follow in our classroom. Instead of concentrating on the content, completing the portions, we also should think about giving importance to the core competencies and the concept-based learning. So have a wonderful year ahead coming up with fruitful sessions from your end and wonderful achievement by your children. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Vinita ma'am and Ranjit sir and all the officials for inviting me to be a part of the organization Kottayam Conclave. Actually, I left Kottayam, but I'm sure I love to be a part of that organization.
You are still our family member. You are still our family member. Wherever we need such kind of sessions, we always give a ring to you. We hope that you are always ready for that.
Yes, I am ready. Okay, anyway, dear participants.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Yeah,
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
It's a wonderful Sunday. Apart from a lazy Sunday to effective Sunday. Shall we wind up?
Yes.
Okay. Special thanks to each and everyone.
Yes.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vinita ma'am. Thank you, Sujatha ma'am.
Thank you for your wonderful session.
Yes.